some slack because of the Beatles. But like at the end of the day, a bet's a bet.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Lack of Focus podcast with me, Matt Bentley, and with me today, as usual, is Harvey Quinn. Harvey.
Thank you, Matt. I just want to take this quick opportunity to apologise for comments made on the last episode of the Lack of Focus podcast. We take this very seriously, don't we, Matt? And we've moved to resolve the problem. And two of our senior producers have sadly been let go. But that's just how seriously we take it.
Yeah, it's a very sad stuff. Messy stuff indeed. Anyway, down to brass tacks. Enough chit chat already. Let's get straight into business. Elephant in the basket. We're back.
We are back.
Had a few. Don't talk over me. Just
Sure.
A few people sort of reaching out, unneeded, sort of saying, "Where are you? Where's the podcast? Why did you just stopped out of nowhere without telling us? Listen, this isn't Lorraine. Okay, we're not just going to keep. It's not just going to be ongoing forever, right? We pick and choose. It's none of your business when a series ends, okay? And they are series, and it is a show, and these are episodes. And when we decide we've come to the natural end of a series, we'll just stop, and then we'll take a break, and then we're doing other irons in the fires. You know,
Always.
different fires in irons. And it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
So, and then we decided, listen, it is time to pick up for Series 8, and it is a series, and this is the 8th one of those series.
Yeah.
Everything here is, I know it looks like we're just throwing it together.
Looks lavish.
But it is, and well, it does look lavish as well. Thank you, Harvey.
Yeah.
But it's part of quite a meticulous game plan.
Planning,
Gaming, scripting, trying to find current events. Now, Harvey, it's been the summer, pretty much.
Yes.
We're arriving in August. And did you say sadly?
Well, because I feel that we've just had pissing rain.
Well,
because it's London.
Yeah, that's it.
And we've not really had a summer. And the other day someone just said, like it was a good thing, it's the longest day of the year today. And I was like, what, it gets darker then from now?
I always struggle with this. The
Furious.
The solstice, when the summer solstice, they're like, oh, let's go and take some drugs and Stonehenge, and all you're celebrating is the beginning of the end there.
Yeah,
baby boy.
Stonehenge is miles away as well.
Don't
go there.
That isn't the point I'm making, but good point to make.
It's another good point. Do you know? There's many good points.
Lots of good points to be made, regardless of whether they go on.
Depends how they arrive.
What I'm saying
Exactly.
So I was just actually saying completely opposite to what you were saying in terms of geography.
Why wouldn't you?
I was actually more saying that the winter one, when you celebrate the shortest day of the year, top notch, because you're like, right, it's only getting better from here.
Yeah, and it's pitch
this one,
black.
it's pitch black at like 3 o'clock. This one is the other one, which I struggle with. But it has been summer. We are in summer, and we've deliberately not been here to sort of comment on them, because to be honest with you, with the Euros, let's start with the Euros.
We can start with the Euros, yeah.
Every shit kicker from here to Timbuktu was doing their shitty little podcast.
Yeah.
On the Euros, whether you were into football or not,
and having little comments
about it. And to be honest with you, I did
want to involve myself in that.
We're not going to talk about it, right? Because it's no one gives a fuck. If we had won, no one gives a fuck. If we, it doesn't matter, right? Agreed?
Completely agreed.
I'm more just saying that Donald Trump got shot.
I want to talk about that.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Mainly because I sent you a video of Trump earlier, which you couldn't watch because something about data. Do you know what I mean? We're not technical people. There's a bigger lens as well.
The thumbnail of the video you sent me that I couldn't load had Barack Obama's face.
Yeah. So it was a comparison.
That's why I wanted to click into.
Yeah, so it was a comparison of Barack Obama announcing the death of Osama bin Laden and Donald Trump announcing the death of Abu Bakr Benghazi. I can't remember.
I'm assuming what you're saying is, other than they're very indistinguishable, they're quite calm and measured, both of them. Really well thought through.
You would think so, yeah. But Donald Trump,
because they're both ex-presidents of the United States, proper.
Well, they were both president at the time.
At the time.
But Trump comes out and he says, Barack Obama comes out and says, we executed a mission to raid the compound of Osama bin Laden. After a firefight, Osama bin Laden was killed, and we took custody of his body.
Whoa.
It was announced like that. It was I've just got back from the briefing room, right?
That's cold.
Donald Trump comes out and goes, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog.
died like a dog.
He died like a
Died
dog.
like
He always talks like he's got something completely up his nose.
Yeah,
Died like a dog.
He's a tricky fellow, is Donald. But what I will listen,
Isn't he?
he getting shot in. Obviously, Mark Zuckerberg came out and was like, it was the most badass thing he's ever seen.
Well,
I think that was pretty irresponsible of Mark.
Yeah.
Just I'll tick that onto his tally of bad things that Mark does.
Add it to the list.
Being the source of one of my favorite films of all time. Good
Great.
side, pretty much everything else bad side.
And it is a big list.
And it's a long list.
It's a big, getting bigger.
And it keeps going. He was the most badass thing. Irresponsible. It was quite badass.
Wakeboard riding little twat.
It's more that it shows what an utter showman to the core Donald Trump is. Like, to his absolute...
Yeah, he reacted like that. He knew there was going to be photographers.
To react to it in that sense.
Yeah.
Like,
he's clever.
Like, not being funny. Like, you have actually just been shot within an inch of blowing your head off on live TV.
Yeah.
And you get up and you fist pump and you go fight. Like, it is nuts.
I'd be on the ground still, and I'd be saying to the Secret Service agent,
every single person out.
Can you please just make sure that actually kill everyone other than me?
I'd be saying, where were you?
Yeah,
Firstly.
yeah. Firstly, why is my ear missing?
You're a couple of seconds late.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you're clued up on how bullets work.
Yeah,
but it's all about timing.
It's all about timing.
Really, honestly,
this ain't the Matrix.
June, I call you June. Half a second too late is too late.
Yeah,
you may as well have been next year.
Exactly.
So. I mean, I would be very, very, very afraid. And then people calling it hoax. Do you know how much of a brave motherfucker you need to be to stand there and let someone have a pop at your head?
Yeah,
brave.
150 yards or something.
Yeah,
yeah. I do think. I mean, yeah, I would have reacted probably differently
to being
shot at. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think. I like the idea of being a war hero, but the reality is I probably would, be a puddle of piss. I assume,
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, I have actually have to do a self-tape at the moment, and one of the questions they want to make it really conversational, and they want to ask, what's a nightmare that you had recently, or a dream? Now, obviously, my dreams are more just wishes as I go to bed. So I can't.
Why wouldn't there be?
That's
yeah.
Just, get everything, basically.
Please, can I get everything that I want and be the best?
Yeah, let me have everything.
I really want to be the best.
Nightmares, less control of, and it's down to that point of being a war hero.
Do you know what my nightmares are?
Go on.
Not being the best.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. That's
championship mindset. That's why we turn up to do this.
That's exactly it. No, it's getting shot in the eye at paintball. That is my recurring nightmare, man. And I get the sheets up and I try and protect my eyes from being shot in the eye and people blinding me. That recurs.
Well, you won't be blind. You've still got another eye.
Okay, that's the most ridiculous way of countering.
Think about the benefits
go on.
Of an eye patch to an outfit.
Paralympics.
Number one, Paralympics. Number two, you get to park in a disabled bay. Very, very useful. Trust me.
I drive a Vespa. I park wherever I want.
You get to park in a disabled bay. Very useful, right? Very useful. And you get to wear an eye patch with a suit.
Yeah.
And it looks fine now, but as you get older and go grey with an eye patch, that's very badass.
That is badass.
Losing an eye is badass.
People always wonder why I hang out with Harvey so much, and why he of all the people I could have picked to come on this podcast with me, and it is definitely me picking him. It's because of that attitude, that relentless positivity. I'm telling him, you lose an eye in paintball with your mates, and he says, "Wow, listen, look at the upsides.
You can spin it."
Honestly. That is commendable.
You can spin anything.
You are very much my who's Alistair Campbell, your spin doctor.
Spin doctor, yeah.
You'd be terrible as a political spin
I'd be
doctor.
awful, because I'd spin them up in the wrong way.
That's what
I'd keep the plates spinning, but they would be spinning in the wrong direction and very more prone to collapse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very more prone. Exactly. My words are my tool.
The idea of spinning plates is to never ever let them break. That's the point. There's multiple of them. It's not just the same plate.
But that's where they've been doing it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd go in just completely at a different angle.
Yeah. You still don't have a
disruptive.
Job? Still jobless?
Still jobless.
Yeah. Good.
Unemployed. In the market, you know what I mean? Always in the market. Because, money doesn't go as far as it used to, does it? And it's very expensive making a show like this. For this level of quality.
And it is
and it is a show, and there are episodes. But making a show and episodes, 8 seasons in to this degree of quality, it does cost a lot of money.
Yeah, don't.
So
say
I am in the
seasons,
market.
do you know what I mean? We're not winter.
Series.
This isn't America. Okay,
It's not.
Series.
It's not
okay.
autumn.
Yeah, so it's not autumnal.
It's not autumnal.
Actually, looking forward to autumnal fashion. I
I
must
am
say,
as
I
well.
always get to the stage of
Long coat. I need them.
That's it, man.
Need a long coat.
To be honest with you, it does.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing something pretty drastic with my look soon as well.
Yeah.
I've actually my hairdresser is a very, very nice woman.
Starting any conversation with my hairdresser is incredible, by the way.
Why is that?
Because my hairdresser is
There's
like
ownership to
you've
it.
got one.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
yes.
You've got one. It's not just like, well, I need to get a haircut. I'll do it myself or go to any barber. It's,
Who on
I've got a
earth?
hairdresser.
There are two categories of people, aren't they? People who go, I can just do it myself and pop into a barber,
Yeah.
and there's people who say, I have a hairdresser.
Exactly that. There's only those two.
There are only
Yeah.
those two. But which one
Yeah.
are you? You pop in.
I have a hairdresser.
The same one?
Well, it was my parents for years and years and
Yes,
years because my parents were both
was.
hairdressers.
Yes,
so
it
I had to find a hairdresser after I moved out of my family home.
Yes.
Because I'm not going all the way back to fucking Slough to get a haircut. Do you know what I mean?
no.
No one wants to go to Slough,
No.
especially not for a haircut.
No.
I mean, even though my mum and dad are they had a good business.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. But I didn't want to participate in that business when I live in Hackney, right?
No.
So I found a hairdresser,
Mm.
and that's been very much trial and error.
Yeah, I've stuck with Annie now for a while, and she's very she's quite cool. She's a cool
she is.
cool girl.
Yeah.
And I will say girl because she's young. Do you know what I mean? I don't think she would want to be called like a woman. It makes you think of like an older person.
She like early 20s or something.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Cool, yeah, girl.
And she's
a woman as well.
she's
but, you know.
unbelievably honest with me. To the point of no one else in my life is this honest with me.
What, like kind of like almost like a 90s action movie cop. You look like shit.
Sort of, man. Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette.
That's it. Exactly.
You're not
yeah.
even looking at you, and she said, "Christ, you look like shit."
Yeah, yeah, and she's just
Amazing.
like, you're not because obviously when you're 24 and someone is 32, that 32-year-old may as well be 1,000 years old to you.
Yeah,
so she's
completely
like,
different
you're not
species.
over the hill yet. I was like, honestly,
Don't say that.
Annie. Like objectively speaking, put me next to any 32-year-old, I look fucking young as shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I don't bring it up because I like her.
Yeah,
right? And you know how
yeah.
sensitive I am to anyone saying anything to me ever.
You?
I mean, it's astonishing to hear the actual what she says to me, and my
really?
reaction to it is just like, "Oh, Annie, you horrible. That's
Yeah.
spot on."
Yeah.
She's like, "Anyway, you're not over the hill yet, but let's get rid of let's dye the greys. Let's give you a haircut. Let's do something. Let's do da 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 da." And
Sure.
she did it last week,
Yeah.
and I've seen it this week. And I'm like, it's fine.
It's
But
a haircut, isn't it?
I'm going back tomorrow to have it to go.
You're gonna go?
to go. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm gonna do something.
Taxi driver.
I was thinking something
Robert De
like
Niro,
that.
like
I mean,
Mohawk,
I was
fuck
thinking
it.
of doing something pretty drastic.
Travis Bickle.
This is it. So I mean,
Do it. Fuck it. Why not?
I just want to shake things up a little bit in my existence at the moment.
Go in, ask for a friar tuck.
Yeah,
Demand the friar
I
tuck.
would do the bleach blonde hair again.
Do it.
But no, I can't. Do you know how often we hang out? Do
It's true.
you know how fucking silly we'll look?
No, but I'd shave my head if you do it.
Okay.
That way we mix it up.
Yeah,
I would concede blonde hair if you wanted blonde hair.
Yeah, that I know.
That's
you would.
that's
I know you would.
friendship.
Do you know
what I mean?
people? I've had two people in the last weekend. I had two separate people come up to me
Yeah.
and say, "I've seen Harvey out." You know how Harvey on this podcast?
I am
always goes,
about. Like, seriously,
He's
I am
about.
I'm like I'm not. It's not a lie, is it? I'm not making it up.
You do seem to be about all the time.
I'm
because
about,
these
mate.
people were just like, yeah, I saw your mate in
Yeah.
in the pub. I was like, was it somewhere in Dalston? He's like, yeah, that's it in Hackney. I was like, right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, I do
that-
live. I am about
that
in
will be
Dalston. Do
Harvey.
you know what I mean?
It
It's
was
not-
one of them. The girl said that she was. You were in a pub watching one of the football games, and she was looking over your shoulder, not deliberately, just everyone was looking at the screen. She could see on the phone you were texting a guy called Matt Bentley.
Oh right,
And
yeah,
she's
that was
like,
you.
how many Matt Bentleys could there possibly be? And this does look a lot like the guy who does the podcast.
It'd be mental if that wasn't me.
And all I thought was, why on earth am I saved as? Why have you full named me?
I full name everyone.
That is
I
like
full name everyone.
just when you think that you're not a complete sociopath and like that you're not just like
Is that not normal?
hanging people's skin up in your cupboards, and you
Yeah.
are mad if you keep everyone in your life
Yeah,
as a full namer, first and second.
I do. Yeah, I do. Everyone.
Okay.
Apart from my mum and dad, obviously I don't have like Brian Quinn in my phone.
People call me and my phone comes up as either just like a series of numbers in different orders.
That's
These
chaos
people
to
I know
me.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
Or it's Josh School. Or Bus Stop Mike. car crash Sarah.
Bus stop Mike.
Just how I met them on the, like, I don't, you know.
Girl with dog.
Genuinely.
That's mental.
Yeah. You're just Harvey, to be fair.
Fair. But yeah, I've got some random ones in there, but I think everyone else is just like, it's easier, isn't
I suppose you know Matt Kern as well.
And do you know what I mean? Like,
do you know who I'm saved under on my friend Aaron's phone? Just Hollywood.
it's quite sick.
And you
To
know
be
what?
fair,
You know what?
I like
Sometimes
it.
when I know he's out with like cool people, he does a cool job. He's always out with people.
He's about as well.
I'll just call him so that they see on the phone that it comes up with Hollywood,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, "Who's that?" And he doesn't answer the phone.
No, why would he?
But I know.
He's going to be like,
I know
don't
people are
worry.
seeing it,
Don't worry.
and it's the kind of thing that I would want. I've always wanted people to call me that, and he just started doing it. I didn't know for many years. It's quite cool, isn't it?
Hollywood's good.
Yeah.
Hollywood's very
Although
good.
it is UK all day, I'm actually kind of dead with Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't actually, but
Nothing's
quite
made there anymore.
Harvey, is there anything that you wanted to bring to the table at this episode?
Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. We've
That's
got.
bloody.
Look.
That's top stuff. I was one.
Oh, actually, no. I do. I do.
Okay,
I do.
good. Oh, good.
Do you want to do
No,
yours first?
please, no.
So
Please.
it is sort of related to the Lack of Focus podcast. In that I was at an event last night.
Yeah.
Got dragged kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
Didn't want to go, but then I thought, well, it would be nice to have something to talk about tomorrow. And it's current. I went to see the Deadpool versus Wolverine movie last night.
Did you really?
I did, yeah.
You didn't put that on your social media at
I
all.
didn't pay for it. No, it was a premiere. It was a premiere.
Oh, no, but
But it wasn't like the actual premiere. It was a premiere.
who invited you?
Schaefer. And he had a
That
plus
fucking
one.
dickhead.
He watches it.
I don't care.
You don't like him?
He stood us up.
Did stand us up, yeah.
I don't care. You don't
Don't
me,
care.
mate. I'll have pop at anyone.
It's true. But he had a plus one. He's a friend of mine. Went along.
For the record, there's lots of people that I hang out
Yeah,
with that Harvey doesn't like either. But whatever, I don't care.
It's fine.
I've never met the guy.
Never met the guy.
I'm backtracking here because he probably doesn't.
He does watch this. Yeah.
Whatever.
It's fine. But but Schaefer, you know who you are. You did stand us up, but do you know what I mean? I've stood up a few people in my day. Have you?
No.
Never. Whenever.
No.
Never
Professional
once?
people ever.
Not professional. I have professional. Not acting wise, but in previous jobs. I was good at my job as well.
Finish your fucking story.
Do you know who else was there?
Who?
George Pundek
Who's that? Who? Oh, George from
from the Kitchen.
Of course,
podcast,
they were.
yeah.
They're always.
Well, one of them was there. The other guy, James, was away apparently.
Yeah, he's on holiday.
Being a luxurious bastard in Portugal.
He is a luxurious bastard.
He is a luxurious.
Yeah,
They're both a bit luxurious bastards, to be fair, with their beautiful knitwear
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
and their really nice loafers.
Was he there on? Because they're sort of a double act.
They are sort of a
So
double act.
was he there working, or was he there?
I don't know. I think he was there. I think he said he'd watched half of the movie previously, but then had to run off. So he was watching the other half of the movie today. But I think their thing is that it's quite professional, isn't it? They fucking review movies. That's the
Do you
thing.
know why
We
they're
fuck
good at-
about.
That's it. They're good at what they do because
Yeah.
they and I mean this to be kind as a compliment. They're not trying to be entertaining. They are there to. They're
Do their thing.
facilitators of the film, and
Yeah.
they love film. That's their.
They love
passion.
film,
That's
yeah.
why they're good at it. I think.
Yeah.
Whereas shit munchers like us,
Yeah. And we are.
it's sort of just anything but facilitating the film. Basically, they don't need our help. Wolverine and Deadpool don't need our help.
Don't need
getting
our
that
help.
Film getting any bigger
Ryan
than it
Reynolds,
already
you know
is.
what I mean?
How is the film? Don't give
Well,
away any
do you know what I mean?
spoilers.
Ryan Reynolds doing a Ryan Reynolds thing. Sort
Yeah.
of, you know.
All right, listen,
nailing-
I'm not one of these people that's too cool for school to say that I fucking love Ryan
Mate,
Reynolds.
nailing it, to be fair.
Yeah, of course.
Churning
And
it
I love
out, but
Hugh
nailing
Jackman.
it. So this is the thing. Movie is it's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun.
yeah.
As a movie, in terms of I don't know what the fuck the plot was.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But as a collection of funny segments and scenes, brilliant. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. The best joke in that entire movie is told by Jon Favreau, playing Happy Hogan, like the owner of whatever.
It's
Whatever.
multiverse.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, fine, okay.
But yeah, he's interviewing.
You're gonna say the joke?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the joke.
Okay, spoilers. We have to do this now.
I mean, it's not a crucial part.
How many fucking people get so annoyed at us for us just spoiling shit?
Say, but I mean,
Do the joke, but
I'll
now
do
we've
the
said
joke.
it, turn off.
turn off, fast
Actually,
forward.
turn off and never come back.
Yeah,
Because
actually get
that's
out.
pathetic.
If you're
I
fucked off by
agree.
Deadpool and
I
Wolverine
agree.
spoilers,
Get out.
Get out.
Get
This
out.
ain't for you, is it, big boy?
It's not for you.
It's not you, baby
Barely
boy.
for us.
It's barely for us.
Go on, do the joke.
The joke was, it's told by Jon Favreau, and it's very clever, and I'm going to steal it. And I will admit to stealing it on this, and people will never know either way, because people's attention span, Matt, is so awful at the moment. You could just steal, you can plagiarise, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? The joke is, he's interviewing Ryan Reynolds to be in the Avengers, and he's then showing him the door, and he goes, look, not everyone can be an Avenger, right? I found my place. You need to find yours. And it's genius. That's the best joke.
Oh, okay.
Just that. Look, I found my place. You need to find yours.
Going lower.
Yeah, going lower.
Lower.
Yeah, you need to find yours. But he does it with such sincerity. It's Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau is that his longevity from like Friends, Swingers to being, Hollywood writ him off.
Swingers was great.
Swingers was great.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen Chef?
Of course I've seen Chef, yeah.
Fucking what a movie.
That movie is like perfect feel-good cinema.
It's a
I can
movie.
watch it over and over and over again.
It's just a movie. It doesn't try to be a film. It's not trying to do anything. It's just a fucking
movie.
little romp.
Just a cool movie.
With
It's a romp.
great soundtrack.
That has the best soundtrack ever. If you ever cooking anything,
That's it, yeah.
put that soundtrack on
just
and it'll make you feel like the man.
Yeah, you're cooking with gas.
Yeah, don't put on the Bear soundtrack.
No.
It's going to be very, very, very stressful. Going to get burned.
I haven't watched the third series of the Bear yet.
I haven't either. I'm
not hearing good things. Harvey.
I'm here for it.
Listen, I respect it, because when I inevitably do a series that blows up and I come back and do a second series of that because I want to get famous, and then in between the second and the third I become a big old movie star. Sure. Guess who doesn't want to come back for his contractual obligations?
Exactly.
Me.
Matthew Bentley.
Come back for a third season because I'm contractually obligated to round off a nice little story. No thanks.
I've got too muscular in the off season.
In the off season. I watched Bear Claw. But White Claw, The Claw, Hand of Claw, Iron Claw. I watched that film.
What do you think?
That film is dog shit.
Yeah,
that doesn't.
I'm so relieved you said that.
That film doesn't need to be made.
Why is it dog shit?
Firstly, okay, that family is they are cursed.
Yeah, cursed.
I think even like a bit. I mean, look, for one thing, they leave out another one of the sons that dies in real life. In the movie, 4 sons die, right? There's a 5th one called Chris.
Well, he's not in the movie.
Who is not in the movie because the producers thought it would be too much.
What happened to him?
Yeah, you're doing a fucking
biopic.
Biopic.
Yeah. Chill out.
What are you talking about? It's too much. Don't either. You think, God, this movie's bloody depressing. Should we even be making this? Yeah, but the boys want to get really, really buff and strong. Brilliant reason. That's a brilliant reason to make a movie and spend 2 years doing it. Brilliant. Do that. We're gonna have to leave out the oldest brother though. Why? It's just too sad.
It's too sad.
Yeah, it's a shit. I didn't.
Is it? It feels a bit baity, that movie.
It's not.
It's too on the nose, you know.
Oh yeah, completely.
Do you know what I mean? Though it's like
the dad is
it's
a bad guy. The sons are impressionable idiots.
And like Zac Efron with the big face.
Do you
know what I mean?
Zac.
He's had cosmetic surgery.
I know.
Of course he has.
I know.
And it may have gone wrong or whatever. And I don't want to shit on someone for their appearance.
Neither do I, man.
Because he's a fucking handsome dude. He's still a very handsome dude. But I find it sad. I find it sad.
Is able to go from comedy to drama as seamlessly as any of the greats have ever done it, to be honest with you. And that is such a big statement, but I really think he's that good, Zac Efron.
Actually, funny enough, same thing with Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
In this movie, Deadpool, as I said, as a movie, it's a bit of a messy thing. It's Deadpool movie, right? It's fucking Deadpool. Loads of fourth wall breaks all the time. Fourth wall breaks. Great. There's some really cool. Actually, I'll tell you what, off because I really don't want to spoil this, but there's some really good surprises in the movie if you're a fan of Marvel, whatever. But as an actor, what he's doing in those individual scenes is like he'll be completely sincere and then immediately jump between sincere comedy, but then heartbreakingly good acting, and then comedy, and he does that. And people gloss over it because it's a Marvel movie. It's like, no. He's still fucking amazing actor.
Downey Jr.
What he's doing, Downey Jr. Exactly. What Downey Jr. is doing and it's Iron Man.
As Iron Man is amazing.
But what he's actually doing is phenomenal. Yeah. It's phenomenal acting. And Hugh Jackman as well. Dude, there's a scene in that movie with Hugh Jackman and a girl.
Yeah.
And it's incredible acting from Hugh Jackman. It's incredible stoic, tear in the eye acting from Hugh Jackman, and you're like, this is Deadpool versus fucking Wolverine. It's weird. It's almost jarring. And that's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Who else was at the premiere?
Don't know. I didn't really pay any attention. I just got in, got out.
Was it a yellow carpet?
I don't know what's a yellow carpet.
Instead of a red carpet, then a yellow carpet for.
It wasn't even really a red. It wasn't a red carpet.
It was more. It was a screening.
It was a screening. Yeah, it was a screening.
Fine.
Yeah. But it was an advanced screening, so it's a premiere screening. But it wasn't like.
For shipment.
It wasn't like exactly. It wasn't like red carpet. Like.
How? Why am I not getting invited to these things? What? What about me? How am I?
I think where you are, we had a few emails, but we had letters, but I burnt them.
But.
You see?
Yes. See, the only thing else I get invited to at the moment are ITV things, and they're shit.
Yeah, they are shit. They don't know what they're doing.
Well, we didn't go to one the other day.
Oh yeah, we missed out, didn't we?
Yep.
We just didn't turn up.
Didn't go.
So we have stood people up. That's what I'm saying. And a professional setting.
Oh God, Schaefer, I'm
Whoopsie
sorry.
day.
You're probably quite a nice guy. If you've listened to this point, after I slagged you.
He's a good dude.
Relax, man. What I will say is this: at least, if anyone else, if I'm nice to you, I mean it.
It's true.
Because my reaction there was so.
I'd say it's vitriolic.
Well, I'm just honest.
It's good.
Fuck me off.
It is good.
Actually, when he popped up on your story about 2 months ago, I was about to message you to be like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And I didn't. And I stopped myself being like, no, his journey, man.
It's my journey. It is my journey. All of this is my journey.
Oh, God.
So yeah, Iron Claw, you hated it.
No, I didn't hate it. I just didn't think it was any, I didn't think it was that good.
Didn't think it was that good?
And I think, I just want movies to be that good. I want movies to be great.
I do really need them to be good.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
everything has been... although I did see since we've done this, because we had a bit of a break, as I said, season 8, we need to prepare. We need to do a lot of writing. We need to prepare. What do you think pays for this lighting? I saw the Bike Riders, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I don't. I haven't seen it.
Does it interest you?
I'm not going to. I actually watched the end of Masters of the Air.
Yeah. Great.
Have you watched the end of it?
Yeah.
What I'll say about Masters of the Air is if you compare it to Band of Brothers, then you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's
but
the same thing.
If you watch it as a standalone thing, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Really good, yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it.
He is still Elvis in it, though, isn't he?
I think.
But I kind of he gets away with
Elvis
it.
on a bike in The Bikers.
No, he's Jimmy Dean in The Bikers, which is funny.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the trailer for Timmy Chalamet doing Bobby Dylan.
I haven't watched it yet. It looks like Dross, doesn't it?
Fuck all the way off.
Does look like Dross. But look.
Away from our window, Charmy. Honestly, give it a rest.
He died like a dog.
Just he's omnipresent, that bloke now.
Well, that's the thing. I think when anyone gets a bit too much, like we've had this conversation with Barry Keoghan, he's everywhere. And he's not only just everywhere in film and TV, he's everywhere on social media.
I think Barry is probably the most look.
He's talented.
We are both two of the most talented actors in the UK.
Yeah,
just
of course.
Not famous, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Barry Keoghan is probably one of the most talented, famous actors in the world at the moment.
I would say so, yeah.
But I fear there's an go up, come down thing with him. I don't know what it is. In my mind, I'm just thinking I think he likes the stuff.
He loves the stuff.
I think he likes the stuff.
He loves the parties. He loves getting his arms out. He loves his arms, doesn't he,
I think
Barry?
if you're predisposed, whereas you look at, I don't know, Matey Boy. I always forget his name for normal people.
Oh, Paul Mescal.
I think he's got the legs to have more longevity to him.
He's good, yeah.
Because he's probably a bit more boring to hang out with.
I want to talk about Gladiator 2 trailer in a minute. Before I do that, on what you just said about Matt and I, you and I being very good actors.
Yeah.
On the level of Barry, for sure. I think I can do a lot of what he does.
The one thing I can't do what Barry does is in
Banshees.
Banshees.
That's odd, isn't it?
No, it's not even odd.
It's just alien.
Flawless.
Yeah, it's flawless. Yeah,
Flawless.
That's pretty good.
But you know what?
I'm okay.
Is he getting away with that in the sense because he's playing someone with learning
Disabled.
difficulties? Because I mean, what's eating Gilbert Grape?
Can't do that
Leo's
anymore.
not doing that anymore.
Can't do that anymore.
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
You're not allowed to be.
You
You can't be salivating.
So-
you certainly can't be salivating.
He's dribbling.
You can't be dribbling. You can't even have a wet mouth anymore. You can't have a wet mouth. It has to be completely dry. You have to be. You can't be.
The performance that gave Leo sort of his sort of re-up. It's just you're not allowed. And Barry's close to it.
But my point is,
his eyes are wandering.
I was watching an interview with Eddie Marsden. His eyes are wandering. His eyes are wandering.
Eddie Marsden is so handsome, it's ridiculous.
No, Eddie Marsden. He looks a bit like a toad, bless him. But I love him. Don't get me wrong.
Why do you like that guy so much, by the way?
Eddie.
Yeah. Why do you rate him so highly?
I don't rate him that highly.
Oh.
He played Amy Winehouse's dad.
No, I know you, but you mentioned him quite a lot.
Because he's cool in interviews. He comes across quite well. Okay. And he's also in Sherlock and all those movies. I think he's a pretty good actor. Mm-hmm. But I saw him being interviewed recently. He was I think he was talking at like an acting school or something in America.
The worst.
But he was saying his opinion on acting. He was like, there's people. He was like, there's people in this room that if they were afforded the same platforms and stuff that movie stars are,
of course,
then you'd be in the runnings for Oscars too. It's just,
of course,
it's the platform. So I think, like, just to say what you like to reinforce your point, it is all platform. It's like, and Barry has a platform at the moment to do very, very well.
Yeah,
I think that you in that position, you'd do it obviously completely different to Barry, but you'd be thought of in the same way. Like, do you know what I mean?
Fully torn between my TikTok shit, and
and acting.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any value in being silent at the moment. I don't think there's any point in just going
waiting for auditions.
I hope it comes to me.
Yeah,
I don't think it's enough. But I think if I were to dip into my TikTok page and have a look at the shit that I do. Look, it's on face value, they're just Harry Potter videos, and so being me, being the arsehole that I am, I would turn them off immediately if I came across me.
Sure, yeah,
I would turn them off immediately.
But that's why
the only thing that we've done on my TikTok that I wouldn't turn off immediately is the stuff that you and I perform.
Yeah, I think that's the key, and it is a performance, and it is linked. And look,
you don't need to tell them it's linked. Harvey. Let them, if they figure out that it's linked, right? Then great.
Good on
them.
They
can come in the club.
They can come in the club.
If they don't figure out that it's linked, then we didn't want them anyway. This is another thing. You can't. People were kept asking me for my advice on TikTok.
Yeah.
As to how to do. And you've got to go into the room and tell the room. It's Noel Gallagher said it. I was paraphrasing him. Noel Gallagher said about fashion. Fashion doesn't sit around. Waiting for what's the next big thing? What's the thing? When Lewis Capaldi came out and was basically a stand-up comedian and an amazing singer-songwriter, but mainly stand-up comedian. I remember being in Electric House on Portobello. This was years ago, 2016, and overheard some bell-end A&R man or whatever they want to call them talking to this young impressionable.
Let's call them what they are. Cunts. A&R cunts.
Who don't have a clue and all this guy kept saying was, I'd listened to a song by Lewis Capaldi, one song, it was like Bruises or something years ago, and I liked him, and I thought he was Italian because of Capaldi.
And
he had long hair. I'd only seen like one image of him. I thought, so. Anyway, they're like, yeah, this guy's so funny. He like tells jokes. He's like really self-deprecating. So maybe you could try and like figure out like, are you funny? What's your thing?
No way. They were having me with an artist.
With
another artist saying, just be funny.
Just do. Okay, this is what this guy's doing, and it's really working for him. And it's just like, yeah, but that's what he just does. He's nervous and anxious, so he makes jokes, and that's his defense mechanism. So it's his thing. Like, there's nothing sadder at the moment online on TikTok than watching really, really, really probably talented. I'm so glad I'm not a musician, mate. I'm so pleased because the hoops that these guys need to jump through at the moment is fucking mental. What they have to do.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Like they're honestly the TikTok shit for them. Like. It's just these people don't have a fucking clue what they want to see, what they want to do. You should go in and tell them.
Yeah, that's true.
And
it's famous. Like Louis C.K. said it. He said you can't be trying to please an algorithm. Like that's insane. If you go down that route, you're trying to please a machine. But if you can't trick.
If you don't please the machine,
you don't get seen.
No one sees your shit.
Exactly. But I think like. I still think there's value in that. I don't do anything for fucking like views. I do it because it makes me fucking laugh.
Well,
because I think
because you don't get any.
Don't get any views.
So that's really
exactly.
Good. You set your stall out for not wanting that.
My views are very much like A trampoline. I don't have a trampoline.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't
You didn't
have
know
a
what to say
trampoline.
there, and that was good.
Yeah, I don't
Proving
have.
that we're live.
Yeah.
Again, if this wasn't live, we'd cut around.
We'll cut around it. We'll cut around it.
We are live, so we can't cut around it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think to do something undeniable, make something that you love, and then everyone else will catch up.
I'm a big believer, I think, in this day and age, that status is status. If you go and get on a bullshit TV show, I think at the moment, if you're clever enough, you play your cards right, you can go from Love Island to Hollywood. I think you can do it. And at
Wouldn't
the
want
moment,
to though, to be honest.
Well, that's your only option. Amber Davis.
Whoa, hang on. That's my only option.
Well, no, if you're...
Imagine, I think it is your only option.
At the moment, you've got to... My whole theory... This is why I'm coming to an end on my TikTok, especially with the Harry Potter stuff, is why I'm dying down on it, because I've done my 2 years, I've got the followers, I've got the people who are now here watching this now.
Hopefully. Watching.
I don't hope for anything, man. If they're here, they're here. But if they're not, I don't care. But
I don't want them to be listening. I want them to be watching. Do you know what I mean? I am about, as Matt said, I'm about.
Yeah, he will see you.
I will see you.
He'll come up and talk to you.
And I'll come at you.
Yeah, he will. And he's soft. Sometimes he's had a drink.
What? No.
And then he's really hyped up.
Quite loud as
Gets
well.
quite near to you.
Voice carries. Voice carries.
No, I think like when Amber Davis came on Love Island, told everyone in there like, "Oh, I want to be a West End star." Every single person in the United Kingdom laughed at their screen and was
she
like,
a
"You
West End
silly, stupid bitch." The biggest, yes.
Oh, fine.
Yes.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah, you wouldn't, because I mean, yeah. And to be fair, unless you had watched Love Island or
go to the West End musical theatre.
I was talking to my friend Kate, who is a very, very talented singer-songwriter.
Yeah, she is.
Who's now going for musical theatre. And to put it in context, I think of myself as someone who gets recalled for jobs quite a lot.
Yeah.
She smashes me out of the park in terms of she's only been auditioning for 4. She's going to do it, but the point is, the person she's come up against a lot is Amber. And it's like, if Amber now, I think, if you wanted to take her career and go, right, I want to now drop into like a film version of a musical, like Hairspray or something like that, which had John Travolta in it, do a big movie, she'd be in for there, and then before you know it, you're off. You've gone from Love Island to there. I think you just, at the moment, you need to have, you cannot be too cool for school. You cannot say... Yeah, like, the days of being a mysterious artist are over. It's better to have like, what's it called? Rusty Rockets. Russell Brand said it.
Yeah,
he said when he was on Big Brother's Big Mouth, he wishes that he had come up with an alter ego name like Ziggy Stardust, so that when he left, he could say that was a character. Instead, I wasn't actually Russell Brand, and of course it was a character. He wasn't actually like that.
Sure, yeah.
It was a character, and
that's the danger we've got, I think.
People
just by using our names, people are
not going to be able to blend or understand, distinguish. Like I get, even on the comments of the video of me knocking on your door doing the skit that we did, they were like,
people
commenting
like,
being like, "Oh, Harvey seemed in a bad mood," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a joke."
What are you talking about? It's obvious we're. Surely it's obvious that's...
No, honestly,
that's mad. Well, that's testament to how fucking sick we are at acting.
Well, yeah, also because we are just continually muddling the waters by... We got a whole script, basically, called The Truth Doesn't Rhyme.
Yeah.
That every single little bitch in the industry was too afraid to make. And they kept calling Harvey white. They said 2 white guys.
I know.
Harvey's not white. Do you want to go to jail?
Do you want to go to jail?
Do you want to go to jail?
Be careful.
Because you could.
Be careful.
Because you could go to jail for
I am about, and I will come at you.
What are you actually?
Burmese.
Exactly.
Anglo-Burmese.
Anglo-Burmese.
Anglo-Burmese. Anglo-Burmese.
I'm just completely Anglo. But the point is, they didn't want to make it, so we've changed the characters from Zach and Johnny to Matt and Harvey.
Exactly.
And done very little to tweak nothing.
Actually, I think as well, that material, we keep dipping into it, don't we? It was a very, very, very detailed and lengthy script that we just keep digging into, pulling jokes out. Some of them have been used on here. You might not even know they were jokes.
One of the first producers we spoke to at the production company, they were like, "Yeah, your pilot's 36 pages long." We're like, "Yes, it's very good."
Yeah,
like,
very
good. No. It can't be 36 pages long. That's insane.
No, dude, I think it was like 48 pages.
And then they cut it down to 36.
And they cut it down to 36.
We'll do the pilot if it's 36.
Yeah, they were like, it needs to be 20 minutes long. And I was like, well, how many pages is that? And they were like, 20. It's a minute a page. I was like, can't be done.
Can't be
done.
Listen, Eric, can I call you Eric?
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
We can't be doing a page a minute here. Because we're going to be moving fast.
Yeah, exactly. So just speed it up, if anything. Speed the cameras up. I don't know do what you have to do
And
to
now
get the
we've got
cameras moving
we've got
faster.
your mate filming us, Josh,
Yeah.
who is someone who is a interesting character because he is probably one of the first not people-pleasing blokes I've ever met. And it's very refreshing.
It's good, isn't
it's
it? Yeah.
odd. He's an odd bloke to meet.
He's odd, yeah.
Because and I really respect it.
Sure.
Because he is not... I don't know if viewer, hopefully, that you've bumped into people who are just genuinely...
Too polite.
No, this Josh, for example, who is cordial, nice,
polite,
funny, engaging,
yeah,
but
direct.
You don't really care if you're his friend or not.
Sure, yeah, cool. Yeah, and also he'll be...
And he's fucking good as well.
He's fucking good, and he'll be very, very open with you. He'll be like, oh, you've got me till 2:00. I've got to go.
And also when he's doing the sketch, he's like, listen, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I think it'd be funny if you did that. I'm like, that is
great.
Funnier.
Yeah, funnier. Brilliant.
And can I let you in a secret? Very rarely does someone, other than you, tell me that something's funnier. And I go, yeah, you're right.
Very rarely.
Because normally, I go, I'm going to hit this over the bleachers. Okay, now pitch the ball.
Yeah.
So I say where it's going to go before I...
Yeah, always call your shots.
Always.
And you do.
Shots. Because if you do it, it's amazing. If you don't, no one cares.
And
that's
you never don't do it.
No, every
you
time.
always do it.
Every time. Apart from all the auditions I don't get, every other time I nail it.
Exactly. Apart from everything that I don't get and all the the failures I've had, everything's been a rip-roaring success.
Hello.
Do you know what I mean? Everything's been a rip-roaring success.
Yeah.
And you can't fact check that. So
feels good to be back in the booth, eh?
it is very, very nice to be back in the booth. We have...
Go on.
Well, we've got 4 emails, fan mails.
Some dead air there.
I was pausing for dramatic effect.
I know, but they don't know that. They just think you've gone forever.
They should be watching. If they're watching, they'll know that it is a very visual performance. I do a lot of performing with my body.
The
voice is obviously the most important bit.
That's it. Do what have we got there?
What we got? We've got agony aunts, and we've got emails.
Yes, fan mail.
Fan mails, and I tell you what, I'll leave it up to you to decide
which one's which,
or which ones are real or not.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But they are all real.
They're all real. Everything's real.
They're always real. They're always real. We don't fuck about. First question.
Yeah.
Dear Matt and Harvey, I don't even know if this question is such a fucking long email, right? This is it.
Fucking hell.
Can you believe it?
If you've written, honestly, viewer, listener, if he's written this himself, he is a lunatic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so long. Read it quickly then.
Dear Matt and Harvey, this is the first time I've ever written into a podcast, so forgive the awkwardness and cringe. I moved back to Southeast Asia from London just before COVID in 2019 after university and working there for 10 years.
Just to say, we're now global.
We are a global podcast.
Hello.
Mr. International, Mr. Worldwide. I've struggled with...
Mr. Worldwide.
Exactly.
Go on.
I've struggled with missing London and my social circle since I've been back here, but your podcast has provided some much needed comfort.
Yep.
We are comfort food.
Yep.
But again, dial in, pay attention, because it's also educational. It's not just comfort.
Yep.
I had been mostly listening to the podcast when I cooked with my partner. I know I should be watching it on the TV, but there isn't space for it. That's very upsetting to me.
He's going to get cross at that.
However, we've just recently broken up. Thank God. For goodness sake. I'm
Dodged
still listening.
Trumped it.
And it has been a great distraction. Distraction from, again, I know that you're sad and your partner's left you and, you're down in the dumps.
You must finish the email before you give the advice.
Well, okay. He never really understood your podcast and complained about it, which was perhaps understandable because of the cultural differences. That's racist. And I couldn't be fussed to explain it to him as well. So maybe that was a silver lining in the breakup. Sorry if this isn't as interesting as the Botox question you all had before. I still can't tell if they are real anymore, but thank you. Your podcast is getting me through a really difficult time in my life, and I can't express how much I appreciate it as a lifeline. I'd love more Timothy Chalamet slander.
Yep.
Wouldn't we all?
Wouldn't we all?
Best of luck to you both, K Tan.
Thanks, K.
K, is it K Tan? K. There wasn't really a question there, was there?
Hey, what I'm hearing there was you've made an informed decision to move away from London.
Move away from London.
I'll tell you this right now. You're not missing anything here.
It's not
okay.
A lot, no.
Don't worry about that. So just take that as read. You don't worry about it. Just a lot of crime.
Is that?
Huh?
It's quite a lot.
Are you joking?
Oh, that was in Manchester
Are
Airport.
you
That guy that got
fucking
kicked in
joking?
the head.
Is there not a lot of crime in London at the moment?
Well, I've not seen any.
Yeah, no, you're right. Sadiq Khan's absolutely nailing it. Keep up the good work, buddy. Unbelievable.
Well, other than the line bikes.
Unbelievable. Line bikes are
stolen.
brilliant. I love line bikes.
I do like them.
Your partner sounded like a clown, to be honest with you, and you're right to have gotten away from them, them, whatever.
Them.
And thank you very much for the continued support.
Yep.
You haven't really done anything.
No,
We're mostly doing it all.
We are the main ones.
That's it. Yeah.
Don't try and take away from.
Next question.
Next question.
Thanks, Kay.
Thank you, Kay.
Keep your chin up.
Always. Hello, gents. I hope you're keeping well. Yes. Yeah. All right. I'm in need of some advice. I recently took up a new and objectively very cool hobby. One of the few remaining that hasn't been bastardized by a TikTok trend or celebrity. As to world-renowned actors, see productions such as The Witcher and Greed. I believe it was MGM that financed Greed. They did. MGM and Netflix on The Witcher. And having the expertly crafted public personas to go along with that, and they are crafted, and it is expert, and they are personas. I know you're the right people to ask. How can I gloat about my newfound hobby/talent without having a bunch of plebs take it up and ruin it for me? I just want them to stay out of my fucking way and admire from afar. And that's all the best from Owen. Well, you're in a dilemma there because I think boasting is the best bit of any hobby.
Can I? Is Owen a famous actor? Is that Owen?
Don't know. It is C Owen, but I mean I don't. But I do call him Owen.
Oh my god!
Clive.
Clive, good to hear from you, Clive. Oh, mate,
Always a pleasure.
You know what, Clive? You won't remember this. You came to my showcase of my drama school showcase.
What do you mean he won't remember? Of course he remembers. Clive Owen. He's got the memory of a hawk, Clive Owen. Everyone knows that Clive's got the memory of a hawk.
I remember delivering my monologue, and you were sat in a very fortuitous place for me to see your face looking back at me doing my quite stellar acting.
Of course.
Oh man, Clive, thanks for writing in, dude.
Thank you.
That was wicked. Yeah. What was the new hobby?
I don't know, he says he wasn't specific on the hobby. He just sort of he said there was a new hobby. Thing is, Clive, it's probably something very, very, very cool and rugged, isn't it? If you're Clive Owen,
lighting matches off of his cheek.
Exactly. And he was like, I want to like shout about it, boast about it, like everyone, but I don't want everyone else to do it. The thing is,
and if you're Clive Owen, you make one little comment, everyone's just gonna go like gangbusters.
Exactly. So yeah, what was your answer be there?
What was the question? There was no question there.
Well, he just said, how do I boast about my thing without everyone else taking it up and trying to copy it?
Oh God.
I wouldn't worry about that, Clive, because like Eminem, there's only one. Real Slim Shady, you know what I mean? There's only one Clive Owen. You can't replicate the Clive Owen.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I think do your thing, mate, and the rest will be fine. Next question. I think
good to move on. Definitely,
always good to move on because
yeah, keep it moving.
This one, and they've put in captions, Agony aunt.
Okay, so they need help.
So it is they need help. Thank God for that. Thank fuck for that. Dear Matt and Harvey, I am a goldsmith up in Sheffield. A goldsmith.
Don't see that much these days.
What is that? What they work with gold? They smith gold.
I would say, and this is an educated guess.
Yeah.
A goldsmith is someone who buys and sells gold.
Yeah. They smith it.
Okay.
Like a fish smith.
You're too hung up on
like a meat smith.
You're much too hung up on them, and the smiths. That's not part of meat and fish.
Don't know. Monger. Yeah. Butcher.
Continue.
I'm a goldsmith up in Sheffield and wanted to get an opinion on jewellery styling from iconic men with clear styling knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude.
What kind of jewellery attracts you, and how would you piece together an outfit with jewellery in it?
Immediately. Does it go on from there?
Yeah. As a small business just getting started, I feel I'm oversaturated in a market full of shit munchers buying dropship steel jewellery from places like Crafted London. How do I stand out from the crowd and get people to look at me as a handmade bench jeweler? Also, I will be gatekeeping the show. You may think of it's for you, but it's actually for me. Cheers from Louis.
Yes,
Louis, it is for
Louis,
me.
what a fantastic attitude you have.
Great attitude, though.
Love the use of shit munchers. Love the use of gatekeeping.
Yep.
You're not time out. Let your friends figure out let them find their own fucking shows, right?
Exactly.
It's not for you to have to recommend it to people. Oh, guys, I've got this new show. Fuck off, right? If they're too lazy to go and find a good show to go and listen to, and they're just listening to Jamie Lang's other shows or like Happy Place with Fern Cotton, which is good to be fair, but it's right in front of it. Do you know what I mean? You have to dig between any. No, they're decent, but it's like literally just slapping you in the face. Hello, watch this show. Whereas we're like Come find us, baby.
don't want you to watch.
Genuinely, don't. There's only so much internet space.
Yeah.
So,
And if you're watching Fern or Jamie and all that, whoever those people are, Michael and Philippa,
yeah.
fuck off. Just I don't need you.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I
I want
would
only the people that I want watching this.
Yeah.
Only watch this.
Yeah.
They don't ever watch anything else.
That's great. That's a really good.
I don't want them to
don't
contaminate the show.
That's it, exactly.
I want the blood to be pure.
Absolutely, you.
And it is blood.
Yeah. Do be careful with stuff.
Yeah,
like
always with that sort of like blue language.
Yeah, always be.
I don't. Matt, you know how I feel about blue language.
I do. Well, you fired 2 producers over it.
I won't stand for it.
They're gone. Only the 6 left now.
Yeah. They are looking for work.
They've got company cars. They're bankrupting you.
Yeah.
Listen, with jewellery, on a gentleman, less is more.
I completely agree.
Don't be that dickhead wearing a ring on every finger.
Don't over accessorize. You know Johnny Depp, bless him. I love Johnny Depp. I think he's an icon. I think he was amazing in the 90s. One of the most handsome people ever, coolest people ever. Inspired me to be an actor. I take massive inspiration from his roles. But when you're going out and you're putting 18 different accessories on before leaving the house, you need to grow up.
Someone told me once, it was a famous person who said it, but I can't remember who it was. When you're leaving the house, take off the last accessory you put on.
Don't just, if you like, I think have one accessory maybe. I think like if you're going to wear jewelry, I personally think a watch and a small understated bracelet is fine.
Yeah.
Or a watch and an understated necklace is fine.
Necklaces are tough.
They're tough, but I wear a necklace, but I don't ever really wear it out.
No, neither do I. Yeah,
I like the idea of the chain, and it means it's sentimental to me.
Exactly.
It's like I like the idea of wearing it, but I'm
watches you can get. I've seen so many people get watches wrong.
I do too. Yeah, and it doesn't. And also the cost of a watch does not make a tasteful watch.
Of course not.
Yeah,
but that's the same with anything. Anyone.
But people seem to think it does.
No. The idea of a good watch is also figuring out like how you want to be. What I don't understand is anyone just with like as much metal on their wrist as possible. It's
like a big old
leather strap, a little bit like it's like a bit faded. It's a bit older.
I like antique watches.
Antique. It's just sick.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And also, I'm a gold guy. I'm not a silver guy, so I'm very biased to it.
You are? Yeah, I'm more silver.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
It's quite nice though.
I only wear gold. I never wear silver.
That's sick. It's because you like the idea of being you like the symbolic nature of gold.
No, it's because in the summer I get really, really tanned, and gold just looks wicked with a tan.
It does look good with a tan, doesn't it? I've never really thought about that.
Yeah, you should.
I should be thinking about these.
You should think about these.
Yeah.
Next question.
There's only one more question.
Well, okay.
And it's a very it's a straight
Thank
shooter.
you, Smith, for your question.
Thank you. Is it Smith? Was it?
You just kept saying Smith.
Louis.
Whatever. Louis Smith.
Louis Smith. Do you know what I mean? You're a goldsmith up in Sheffield.
It's interesting that we've got someone from the north listening to us because normally I infuriate anyone from the north.
Of
how I sound.
Oh yeah.
And in my actions and words.
Yeah, and deeds.
Everything.
You know what I mean? Yeah. What I dress like, what I look like, what I smell like.
Wind people up.
Put people off that are from north of Luton.
Yeah.
Anyone north of Luton?
I mean, anything past the North Circular, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they get furious.
I mean, Mill Hill.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah.
What's it like up there?
Yeah. It's cold.
With your cattle.
Yeah. It's like, actually, no, anywhere north of Luton, I'll tell you what it's like.
Go on.
It's exactly like London, but worse. Now.
Last one.
And it's a very quick one.
Good.
Favourite movie from the 90s, go. And that's from James Dreyfus.
There's only one answer.
Doesn't sound like
There's
a good
only one
name.
answer to this.
From the 90s, go on.
Are you serious? You have to actually ask me.
Well,
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah.
Obviously. 99.
Pretty good. But Good Will Hunting was also...
98. Brilliant.
Yeah.
97. Sorry.
Irreversible was pretty up there as well.
Haven't seen Irreversible.
It's good. You should watch it.
Then
Lahane as well.
Where are we going? If we're going into sort of 92, 93 territory, what we fucking about with down there?
I don't know. I think there's a load of fucking banger. I mean, I really like fucking Face Off, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different sort of thing, but it's fucking good. Con Air. Any of those movies that just would not get made today because they wouldn't be treated with such seriousness
I know.
by the production house. Like Face Off, like The
Based off
amazing
of
thing
now,
about that
we just
movie
have,
is
like the rock in it.
yeah, and it'd
But
be like there'd be
you're right.
quips, there'd be quipping.
They played
it
stakes.
completely.
They played it down the line.
Down the line.
We are taking a big bad drug dealer and the biggest badass cop
Yeah.
in the world, and we're going to switch your faces.
And they play it as a complete and utter drama.
It's unbelievable.
Everything
It's
is
actually incredible.
Everything is acted like a complete drama. And that movie, if that movie was made today, you'd have people quipping and you'd
Yeah.
have like humor and like fourth wall breaks and like face off. I want to do like they play that movie down the fucking line.
Yeah.
And movies like that in the 90s though, dude. Like it lost the 80s cheese, but it retained that silliness. But they all played it so straight. Every movie that was greenlit, Terminator 2 is a ridiculous concept. It's about a robot that comes back through time, right? And it was the first movie is like a low budget horror, and the fact that they were like, well, we'll take that and we'll give you all of the money that we've ever spent on a movie, and it'll be the most expensive movie ever made. Go.
Was it the most expensive movie?
At the time, I think it was up there. It was like one of the top 3 movies that's ever been made in terms of expense. And it was like those are the projects that were getting greenlit in the 90s. They just wouldn't.
Like I really don't get. I'm not a sci-fi guy at all.
I'm
never
massive.
Never seen
Yeah.
Alien.
You should watch Alien.
Can I say something? This is actually unbelievably controversial, and
Go
it's
on.
going to wind people up.
Okay.
I don't care for Interstellar.
Do you not?
Don't get it.
Why didn't you
can
get
I
to
actually
that?
go even more ridiculous?
Oh, yeah, go on.
I've never finished it.
Dude. How far have you got in?
He's hanging in a cupboard, screaming at his.
Oh, that's the very end.
Oh right, so I have
That's the end.
felt nothing.
You felt nothing. That's a really good movie.
It's all right.
I mean, actually, like all of Nolan's work.
What's that robot spinning? And why? That's the worst design for a robot. And they're like,
Well, because it's just.
I just
I
didn't get it.
presume-
Honestly, I just.
Do you know what the best design for a robot is?
Got it. iRobot.
The T-1000.
Will Smith.
The liquid metal.
Who do you think
Terminator 2.
wins? Terminator 2 or the iRobot from iRobot?
I'll tell you one that he can adapt to any form. Knives and stabbing weapons. He's like one of them
To
weird.
be fair, he is mad
He's
sick.
mad sick. Robert Patrick looking like a cat.
Mad sick guy in there.
Yeah, it looks so scary.
Yeah.
Call for John. I don't want to call for John.
Your parents are dead. Is that the first one I said?
That's the no, yeah. Both of your foster parents are dead.
Yeah,
you know when he like does the
yeah.
voice. Yeah,
That is-
sick.
that is-
Do the voice, Arnold. Do the voice, Arnold.
Arnold, do you want? I was thinking about playing it just straight American.
Do the voice.
Don't
Everyone comes
do
for the
that.
voice, Arnold.
Do the voice. Arnold.
Why is the robot
Can I say- I know
Austrian?
I've said it on this podcast before, but if you're new to this podcast, I'm going to bring it up again. If this man is supposed to look exactly, he's going to just blend in, right?
He was meant to, yeah.
And don't interrupt me when I say this, because I know you're going to come up with an answer for everything, right?
Go on.
He is already bare strong because he's a fucking robot, yeah?
Yeah.
There's no need for him to look strong.
Why is he muscular? Yeah.
Why is he so muscular? If you're trying to blend in with the general American man, don't make him 6'3" and 400 pounds. Also,
True.
don't give him a strong Austrian accent.
Yeah, definitely don't do
Just
that.
make him look like
Do you know what? Do you know why
Billy-
they did it?
because he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. and
Well,
that's the shoe
because
woman in.
this is in the 80s before it's the film that made him, right? So, but he met James Cameron, and James Cameron was pitching Terminator to him, and he wanted Arnold to play the Kyle Reese character, which is the soldier coming back in time, the guy that the role that eventually went to Michael Biehn. But Arnold, as he was reading the script, he was like, "This Terminator character is very interesting to me. This Terminator character," and James Cameron's like, no, you can't play the Terminator. We've already got Lance Henriksen playing the Terminator, and he's like an everyman. He blends into a crowd. Yeah. We've got him playing it. You can't play that. You are Austrian. You're massive. And he's like, but they like the Terminator, right? He's doing all that as he does, rattling on.
Didn't he teach himself not to blink?
Well, but then Cameron fell in love with. He was like, Arnold's got such an interesting face. It'd be quite cool to have him play this character. And to his credit, Arnold, he was like, he did so much work on it. He was like, how would a robot?
Listen, I'm not ever going to say a bad word against Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's a perfect performance.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is like the American, unless something ends up coming up like horrendous about him in the past. But like,
he's an incredible man.
Have you seen all this bullying on Strictly Come Dancing?
No, I haven't.
This is pretty fucked up. I know we need to wrap up soon, so let's.
Wrap
if you're
up with
getting
this.
bored, you can either fuck off or stay to the end. Don't be
It's not.
Yeah, Strictly. I always had a problem with Strictly Come Dancing because it always seems like they were just like this in little club, and no one else. When you watch, I don't understand while watching the show, right?
Yeah.
Like it's sort of similar to like with Bake Off, right? You can see the shit ones immediately, right? And the good ones, But with Strictly Come Dancing, how do you know? They all look good.
They all do look quite good, yeah.
Anyway, they're getting done for more BBC heat. They're getting done for for bullying, like massive, crazy, like horrible bullying from the dancers to the stars who kind of like work with them.
That's not surprising to me.
Amanda Abington. Like,
have you ever worked with I'm sure you have in drama school, right? You've ever worked with a dance choreographer, dance master. They're
horrible,
savage people.
Proper horrible people.
Yeah, they're savage people.
But actually,
they're great, but that's their job, man.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know what's happened on the Strictly set, but
yeah.
From my experience, from the ballet training that I have, and I have had official ballet training, it was just sort of like by its nature brutal and like and nasty. To be honest with you, luckily I was bloody good. So I wasn't at the receiving end.
No.
But
the other shit munchers,
Julian, he did struggle. Poor Julian.
Yeah. Well, he had bandy legs, didn't he? Do you know he bent out at the edges? You get that from rickets when you're younger, but you also get it from just being bad at ballet.
Bad at ballet.
So on that note, dance teachers, dance masters, anyone actually, to be fair, I just want to end on this.
Please do.
Anyone in like acting, musical theatre, that sort of thing, the idea is to push you to your limit, right?
Yeah.
That could be considered bullying, right? And I have a funny relationship with it because like my acting coach, she's a fantastic woman, but she pushed me to my fucking limit, man.
Yeah.
And in a vacuum, in a vacuum, without the context of the fact that it's a drama class, and you want to be pushed, it looks bad, but it's I don't know, man. You need to push people.
Drama training as such.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I think you need people to. I think
to push your buttons.
You need people to
find out what your buttons are, because I think if you've never done acting before in your life. Yes, you might be naturally very good, but you don't know if no one's pushed them buttons.
You've never done anything before in your life. You need someone to be. It's like in the film Whiplash. It's such a cliche, but there's two more harmful words in the English language than good job.
Good job, yeah.
You need to be always striving to be better. Like the paranoia that makes me strive to be better is that I'm already so incredibly arrogant about my ability, but I still haven't got a BAFTA. So by definition, I'm doing something wrong. So I've got to
keep it up
and get more.
That's true.
Like, I think told that you're good looking and talented when you're 13, 14, 15, 16 years old is so unhelpful.
It's not useful.
So unhelpful.
Yeah, it's just not useful.
Because you sit there being like, well, this talent will get me to where I want to go. It's absolute fucking bollocks. It's completely especially in like the modern day now. Talent is such a look at all the shit munchers on TikTok. Fucking so limited. Like talent is just everywhere. Or nowhere. You don't need it.
Yeah.
You should be driven, beaten into it. Not
beaten.
Not physical. Not like horribly. Like
be careful. Do you want to go to jail?
Well, I'd love for Strictly Come Dancing to be cancelled.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I would love them to spend the money elsewhere.
Me too. I've never watched the show. I never take any enjoyment of it. And if I was asked to go on it because of my ACL, I would say no. In fact, I would never go on that show.
I would love you to spend money on something else, BBC. We are in the market. Yeah. I am unemployed at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it is a market. And I am looking for work.
Technically, you're at work right now.
This is work, yeah. But it's we haven't broken even yet. I'll be honest.
Just to say, we're not here for pleasure. This is definitely work.
Yeah. Signed into another, and that's the end of episode 1, season 8.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.